people at the stud. I am Creatrix Tiara, queer lady magician, coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. I had flown over from Melbourne to join the Sister Spit tour in the US earlier this year, but as you probably know, because of COVID-19, our tour got cut short, so we missed out on the California days, which made me especially sad because I used to live in San Francisco and been to the stud a fair bit. It's my favorite city, so I was sad to miss you guys, but hey, we're doing a virtual version thanks to Stud and Sister Spit, so we get to hang out anyway. So Queer Lady Magician is a show that I've been working on for the last couple of years. It combines stage magic and storytelling and social justice and a very, very spangly jacket. And I would like to perform an excerpt from that show for you. Sometime in the 60s, Customs Superintendent Zahirul Haq Khan is visited at his counter in Bengal by P.C. Sorkar, world's greatest magician. Hey, Sorkar Sahib, he says, show me some magic or I will not check off your papers. Oh, but sir, replies P.C. Sorkar, world's greatest magician, my papers are already checked off. P.C. Sorkar made it his life mission to unearth the roots of stage magic, from ancient Sanskrit scripture to esteemed universities teaching the art, unearth those roots from deep within Bengal and share them to the wider world. He had decided to call himself the world's greatest magician, which had unnerved a lot of white Western magicians at the time, but they were calling themselves names like Chong Ling Su and Al Fakir, so who were they to complain really? No one was more unnerved by P.C. Sorkar, however, than the white colonists of the British Raj. The British Raj colonists would invite P.C. Sorkar, world's greatest magician, to their fancy parties. And P.C. Sorkar would go up to them with a piece of paper and say, hey, write anything you want. And so they did. And then the paper will suddenly become a contract promising P.C. Sorkar the role of Prime Minister. P.C. Sorkar, world's greatest magician, would escape any cage and shackle and jail and prison that anyone threw him in. And in that way, he inspired the people of Bengal to rise up and escape their own prisons. In the words of Qazi Nazrul Islam, another Bengali revolutionary artist, Karaulu kopat, begefel kore lopat, these iron doors of your prison, smash them and make them disappear. And so they did. The people of Bengal rose up to make the British Raj disappear. But in their stead, they left partitions. Bengal, home of P.C. Sorkar and Qazi Nazrul Islam and Zahirul Haq Khan, a country united by culture and language, was split in two. The Hindus went to India. The Muslims became East Pakistan. And Pakistan wanted all traces of Bengal gone. You will only speak Urdu and not your silly Bengali, they said. You will follow our culture and not yours, they said. You are not Bengal, you are East Pakistan and we own you. The Bengalis weren't having it. These iron doors of your prison, smash them and make them disappear. And they did. The people of Bengal rose up to make Pakistan disappear, to fight for the right to speak their own language. The scholars and artists and social reformers were on the front lines, organizing general strikes at universities and sieging institutions of power. And this extended to beyond Bengal. A group of engineering students in Turkey, on scholarship from the Pakistani government, wrote and published an open letter declaring their support for the Bangladesh Liberation War. And so Pakistan retaliated and went for the scholars and artists and social reformers first. The engineering students in Turkey lost their scholarships, but they were lucky. Their peers back home were the first to lose their lives. 1974. Bangladesh had won its liberation, but at a cost. The massacre and rape of millions, the destruction of vital infrastructure, the displacement of thousands across borders. instigator of the engineering students' open letter in Turkey, had considered seeking asylum for him and his young family in Turkey, or in Germany, or even the United States. But then he got offered an opportunity to be part of a group of engineers and doctors traveling from Bangladesh to Malaysia to be part of Malaysia's public work system. That work visa became a key to his survival. 11 years later in Malaysia, the engineering student's open letter instigator and his young family welcomed a new child. A child that will grow up to be their own kind of instigator, much to his chagrin. A child who spoke English as their first language because no one in the family spoke fluent enough Malay, but no one else in the country would deign to speak any Bengali. A child who would end up moving borders themselves, officially to study, but really for survival. That child was me. 1985, at 45 days old, I take my first ever flight from Malaysia to what is now Bangladesh for my Akika, the Muslim naming ceremony. Customs Superintendent Zahirul Haq Khan meets me for the first and last time. He never gets to hear me call him Nana, grandfather. Names are powerful in Bengali culture. They are dreams, wishes, foreshadowings. P.C. Sarkar, world's greatest magician, named all of his children P.C. Sarkar. They all grew up to be magicians. All of those children name all their children P.C. Sarkar. They too grew up to be magicians. My father, instigator of the open letter, had named me Tiara after one of the actresses in his favorite movies, and he wonders why I want to be a performing artist. My mother picked the name Zahira, a feminine form of her father's, my grandfather's name, Zahirul. And of all the people she could have named me after, Zahirul Haq Khan, enforcer of borders, grandfather and namesake to Zahira Tiara, one most oppressed by borders. The holder and checker of a green Bangladeshi passport, one that was forcibly assigned to me at birth because my own birth country did not deign me worthy of holding one of their own red Malaysian passports until literally my 26th birthday. And even then it's conditional. The writer and reader and speaker of a language I only know enough to butcher, whose script I can't even read, but which I immediately understood when I saw it on a government ad campaign here in Melbourne, where I've lived for the last 4 years and where I become eligible to apply for one of their own blue Australian passports in about a week. An ad campaign that read, "You will not make Australia home." I have a recurring nightmare that I will get stuck at the border and they're trying to deport me, but they don't know where to send me. Oh, just send her back to Australia. She's a permanent resident there. She probably flew in from there anyway. They'll deal with her. Ah, nah, mate, we can't have that. Like, clearly, if she's being sent back, she's a foreign, illegal vote person. We don't want people like that here. She's a Malaysian citizen. Let them deal with her. Ah, no, cannot. Sorry, cannot. This is an LGBT. We do not like the LGBTs. They are taking down our country. And she doesn't even practice her religion properly. No. Send her back to Bangladesh like the dirty Bangla she is. Oh, sorry, no can do. She wasn't even born here, didn't live here, can't even speak our language. We fought for the right to have our own language. She can't be bothered to learn it. No! Send her somewhere else. In the original version of this story, I close off by saying that somehow, despite all the passports and visas and immigration malarkey, I have lucked out and managed to go through any border unscathed. And I would think that this is because my Nana, my grandfather, and P.C. Sarkar had conspired from beyond the grave to make sure all my papers were always checked off. That is no longer true. On my way into the US for Sister Spit, I was detained at Los Angeles airport for 2 hours. And border control made me perform spoken word to get through. I couldn't very well tell this story, so I just stammered out the first few lines of another piece of my set. And then in the chaos of COVID-19 restrictions, I had changed my flight multiple times. I somehow managed to get the last flight home from LA to Melbourne before the airline announced that they were stopping all international flights. And I was in mandatory quarantine for a couple of weeks because I had just traveled. And while I've tested negative twice, it doesn't stop me from being in our lockdown. And I do not know if I'll travel again. I do not know if I'll even be able to get that blue Australian passport again because all the services have shut down. I do not know if I would perform again. Aside from this, I have, however, been spending a lot of time on Animal Crossing New Horizons, where you can travel to any island you wish, and there are no customs, no border control, no immigration, no passports, no visas. But you do get a passport as your ID, but you can go anywhere. And I am trying to work out a way to do live performances on Animal Crossing, so if you're interested, look me up. I'm Tiara at the Magic Room. See if you can work out something. We don't have Venmo or Cash App in Australia, but I'll share a PayPal link. Or you can come look me up, creatrixtiara.com or creatrixtiara.com. I'd love to hear from you, and especially if you're on Animal Crossing, give me a switch code. Thank you, stud. This is the first performance I've done since Sister Spit, and it's a bit surreal wearing this jacket again. Didn't think I ever would again, but I hope you're having a good evening, and I hope you're coping well with your own lockdown and the chaos of 2020. Have a good night.